Hello everybody and welcome back to the Pichonnière Valley, and what a mod we are using for the very first time. Look at that, how cool is that, having all the gulls behind us. I don't know whether it's one of those things where in due course it may get a bit over the top and annoying, but first impressions, I absolutely love it. Love it when you turn, especially when you're turning around. Oh, better be careful of that tree. When you're turning around and all the gulls catch up with you, it's pretty carnage, to be fair, but yeah, very, very lifelike, which is what I really enjoy. And this is the first video that I think I'm recording since we have started our journey, sort of. Well, I say our journey, it's part of the YouTube partnership, but I don't really know how it all works. But annoyingly, what I have noticed is, because I edit in CapCut, I use CapCut's, the songs on CapCut, which I know I've had, it comes up on some of the videos that it is copyright infringement, but it has always said that it's fine, it can play on YouTube, not a bother. What I have now found out is that it is said it cannot monetize any videos because of the copyright infringement. So that does mean now that we have had to, well, I say we, I've had to go to, is it Epidemic Sounds? So I've had to go to there and get another subscription. So currently at the minute, there's quite a few subscriptions just to be able to run a YouTube channel. But yeah, on the plus side, I do also run another YouTube channel, which that one has just, in the same week, both of them have gone to be YouTube partners. However that works, I still need to figure it all out. But yeah, it's just mad how this one's taken over, a year and a month or so, whilst that other one's taken 2 months. But right, we are today getting this grass cultivated in, because like I said before, this is going to go into alfalfa. The clover there is a five season growth cycle, so I'm very interested to see how that comes. It does look rather suspiciously like a cover crop, but if that was the case, it wouldn't be a 5 month growth, so I'm hoping that's not. What will also be nice is if it is, if we can do silage and whatnot from it all, or do clover hay, or however you want to call it, from it. It'll be quite nice that it's 5 months that you got to wait, so you won't be doing it all the time. But, and what else do we have? Oh, the maize. That has one more growth stage left, so I believe we should be able to go and do that in this episode. So we do want to have a look at what they're called now. That's where are we going? Forage harvester. That's what we need to look at. So it is. That makes the most amount of sense, and just go for a 5.3 meter header. To be fair, let's go. Let's max out the engine. Silage additive, yes. We'll probably lose the silage additive that we put in it, but that's okay, so we'll do that. Combinations, let's go to here, let's lease that. And now, if we go to consumables, silage additive, let's buy one of those. And now thinking about it, I should have gone. Actually, no, I'm glad I didn't, because they're a lot more expensive for a lot more literage. But anyways, we'll get on. We'll get this cultivated, and if possible, we will come in and get the alfalfa drilled over the top. We do have it to roll thereafter, as well as. Was I going to roll that field down at the bottom as well, just to get rid of the stones? I thought, whilst I've got the roller, we might as well do something proactive with it. But right, let's get cracked on.
Feels like we're stepping in to shake the day right out. So go on and hit me again. This night isn't done. We're finally letting loose. We're pouring out the good times, and we ain't quitting till it's dry. We're about to get our minds right. We tied one on. The way my head is feeling, I don't know my right from my wrong. Maybe we should lay low tonight, slow down for a little while. But that bottle ain't gonna drink itself. Let's throw it down until it's dry. Let's throw it down. We're about to get our minds right. So right. Yeah, we can keep it going all night. Yeah, we're gonna drink until it's dry. Pour me one now. Let's drink until it's dry.
Well, I'm glad I started cultivating before I brought you all into into this episode. I just looked at the field and thought it's a bit bigger than that one, and to get to try and get cracked on, it is showing that it was a very good idea. So I think there is just a little bit left to do here. So we'll get this done, and then we'll go straight over and go get our forage harvester. So, and then we can roll this, and then, like I say, we might as well roll that field over there, just so we're not damaging our implements. Right, let's go take this back up to the top and park it away. Right, we'll put this one into here, and yeah, I was just thinking, I just had almost a bit of a panic on thinking what we're going to do for hay, but we do still have field. Oh no, I've taken that out, haven't I? Oh, because I'm not going to do corn again, purely for the fact of we can do that in any Let's Play. So I do think I would like to put some mustard in at some point, but when can we do that? Or is this where we're going to say it's... Right, well, mustard's now. Right, let's just get over to here, and I'm hoping I haven't made an error with this, because... Okay, no, I haven't. My worry with that was with the pipe. I was starting to think, did we not get the long pipe? Because I know you can obviously get different sizes, and if you go for the short one, it is, or in the past for me, it's been an absolute nightmare. So I've always made sure to try, bar this time, to try always get one with a long pipe, but we'll see whether this works. I don't think... Will our trailer fit on there, or is it going to be a sensible thing to look at getting another trailer just in case? So that can do 20 up to 28, that's 18 and a half. What can this one do? 34, 28, so that's the new winner at the minute. I think extension 51,000. If we lease that, what's that? I think that makes a lot of sense to me. I could be very, very wrong, and we could now not even be able to pull it when it's full with this. But if we don't do it and we require it, then it's just going to be a nuisance sort of later on. So let's put this on. We can take the cover off, and we'll get back to the farm. What is going to be hard work is trying to reverse into a silage clamp, because we're going to have to go into the right one there, and trying to reverse a dolly is hard work. Right, let's move ourselves up to here. We can, if we swap over to the header, we can start to get that unfolded. We will have to, I presume, how do we do, is it O? It is. O for the pipe to be out, and that should go straight towards our trailer. So let's see whether we can. Yes, we can harvest this. So this is going to be the goal for this episode: get this maize harvested, and then obviously I want to get the mustard in. So it may mean that we have to spend 2 episodes in this month, just because obviously both want rolling, and there's no point having such a big roller to then go, you know, to not use it to its full potential. Right, let's see. how much maize we get here. And wouldn't surprise me if we have to do maybe 2 time lapses to get this done. And I'll be thankful when we get this headland done, because you can't see anything. Right, let's get cracked on. Well, I'll be honest, I am a bit disappointed with how much we've got off here, because we've only done one full load, which is 34,000 litres, and now we've only got there 31,790. So I don't know whether, and I do know that this did have weeds in it, so I forgot to do that, as you can see there. But I would have thought, because we've done it a growth stage before it's ready to harvest, which I do believe gives you a yield bonus, and we've got silage additive, it does make me think if we hadn't have done all that, it would have been absolutely terrible. But anyways, let's get this back to the farm. We can bring the tractor back, and now this Jaguar, we don't need it anymore, so we've had it for such a quick job. It's been a very expensive sort of lease, but I would like to buy this at some point, because then we can just pick all our grass up as well using it. I know our mower setup hasn't cost a lot, but there'd be a lot more value to us having this than out else, well, especially like a combine at the minute. So let's drop that off. And can we get the silage additive out? No. So right, we'll park that up here. We will give it, look at that, 0.2 hours to get that done. We'll leave that there. We'll give the dealership a call. They can come gather that back. But right, we'll go put this onto the trailer and get that emptied into the pit. Well, I know one thing. Dealership were keen to get that forage harvester back. But right, I am hoping now, and this is where it's probably not going to happen, because I'm going to try do this in real time. But in that time lapse, when I reverse this back, I think I did it I've already gone wrong there. I think I did it fairly solid. And yeah, I've messed that up. I'm trying to talk. Well, I'm going to blame it on trying to talk and record at the same time. Right, let's go to here. And let's try now. Wangle this back in. But it's so annoying that I did it so well in the time lapse, but yet getting it so badly wrong here. Ooh. Let's just try and get it. Hold on, this we could lose it now. Well, I was hoping to try and get it into a corner, but by the looks of it, we will have to settle with putting it where we put the last load, which to be fair would be, oop, ignore that last turn I did with the steering wheel, that was just muscle memory from reversing a normal trailer. Right, so let's keep just pulling this forward nice and steady if we can before it gets stuck. Like so. That probably wasn't the best way to do it, but if we now just pull this out the way, we can drop that off there, and we'll just have to try and do our many backwards and forwards to get this compacted, because it won't be, well, it'll hardly be compacted at all. To be fair, I have just remembered my original plan, and that was obviously to put the 2 grass fields in here and then put the maize on top. So yeah, rather than I won't be able to do it, but anyways, let's get that covered. So now we have, what was that, 60, oh, it's now not going to tell us now we've got it covered. That was 65,000 litres, and that obviously is a lot more in there. So yeah, we've got a fair bit of silage coming our way. I may regret cutting that hay out now, because we may need a load, which we do have a load down this bottom, but for now I think we are alright. And I have made a decision. We're going to go put mustard into this top field, which I think I was leaving it in field 7. I was leaving it for some sort of rye, I believe. Vet rye, was it? I can't remember now. But anyways, we're going to go up into here, and we're going to put in mustard into this top one, and then once we've done that, I think we're just going to go on a mass sort of rolling mission. You know, go and get every field, well, 3 fields, field 7, 1, and which one is it? I should have remembered it was going to save. Field 4. So field 7, 1 and 4, we'll go and get them all rolled all at the same time. But it'll be interesting to see what sort of seed ratio mustard goes at, because the alfalfa was hardly anything. So it'll be interesting to see what this does, because this it's not a particularly small field. It's big enough for us. Well, there's 2 things to comment on that. First off, when we did the alfalfa field, obviously when we cultivated we had the gulls, but when we drilled it, we didn't. So is that because of the crop, or is that because there's some sort of a time limit of how long they'll be there for? And with the cultivation, that meant that we'd used up that whole time limit before. Anyways, second one, how big is that field? 2.5 acres, 2.7. Field 7 to me just then felt a lot bigger and felt like it took a lot longer to do than what Field 1 did. But interestingly, Field 1 is slightly bigger. So anyways, we now need to go and put this back in the shed here. And what I do want to do is just quickly, whilst we're on like this, is have a nip up to the dealership and see what cows they've got. Because I do remember saying that there was one sort of variation of cows that we weren't going to buy no more, which could have been the Angus. Yeah, 11 out of 65. But can we find out what the dealership has from here? Yes, we can. So, hello. Well, there's one good one. 2 good ones. So there's only 2 good ones. I'm struggling to see the point in going to go just pick up 2 good ones. And there they're saying there's only 2 good ones there. So to me it's almost not worth it, to be fair. Which, yeah, I do want to keep getting them, but for us to just go put the trailer on, to then drive up to the dealership to go get 2 cows, one where only one will help produce milk, which, to be fair, I haven't looked at what milk we've got recently. So I've always just presumed it wouldn't be a right lot, because obviously our flock is very, very low. Right, so that's not bothered about them. These ones, yeah, only 1,800 litres of milk. But what food-wise, they've still got enough. They've got enough food. The chickens have enough food, and so do these ones. So food-wise, we're not a bother. There was the odd notification that I got, but I would imagine we'd have to go to the barn to go see that. But anyways, let's get this down here. We'll get this field rolled. We'll then get the bottom field rolled. We'll get the mustard field rolled. And then I think that'll be the perfect time to call it for this episode.
We should head back to our old place in the faraway town where I met you, baby. All those years past, now I know you. How the times can change and I get a little down. Thinking about tomorrow, I get down. Was it over from the get-go? Should we call it quits and let go? I have cried many times over you. Sleepless nights, what a crime. Wasting my tears on a broken dream. And maybe I just can't forgive another mistake. Maybe I don't wanna feel this heartache. Every time you let me down, I get to thinking I don't even know why, even know why I tried. Yeah, I don't know why I tried. Yeah, I don't even know why. Yeah, I don't know why I tried. I don't know why I tried.
So interestingly, that is giving a rolling texture, but it isn't getting rid of the stones. I can't really work that one out, to be fair. What I will do is, if we just hop out quickly, is it saying, right, so we're getting rid of the needs rolling. Yeah, there. So we've got the needs rolling sign there, and it doesn't need rolling here. So we will just get this finished quickly. And then I don't think there's anything to do. We'll get this roller returned, so we're not paying another nightly fee for it. But yeah, it's just a shame that we're not getting rid of them, which I can't understand. The only other thing we could possibly look at is getting a stone picker. But if that was the case, well, we would still need to roll. I was just about to say, if that were the case, we wouldn't need to roll, but obviously we still would do. Just a stone picker does give you a really nice seed bed. I'm trying to work out if it's getting rid of any stones, because I know with some things it'll let you get rid of small, like the smaller stones and leave the bigger ones, but with this, yeah, just absolutely nothing. How strange. Well, this last little bit and then we're done. And whilst I've been doing this, I do think we need to look at definitely trying to find a tractor which is about 200 horsepower, because I think this is a 175. I can't remember now. I've just been looking at all this sort of thing. We are 170, sorry. But with that, with 62,734, I reckon we can get 65 grand at least. We have in the bank another 13,000, so if we said 75,000 maybe. So if we were to go medium tractors, it's like we could go for one of these, but they're a bit tacky. Yeah, where we can get a 225, 190, 180 if we fire those right up. That I want to leave that one just in case. Well, I'd like to leave a few of these, definitely that one, just in case we use that on Auction David's new map. So this one, 125 to 180. That's not really a tractor. We could go down this route, but 109 for the biggest engine, and then we're losing 21 mile an hour speed. We could get to 80,000 where we did that. We could have a look at that, but the base, that's 110. We'd have to put another 16,000 in it to get to 200. These get a bit ridiculous to these ones. The only other thing is if I went small tractors, yeah, now you're back up to 150,000s again. What are these ones? 130s, 140s. Oh, 155, that isn't too bad. 125. Yeah, you're not really. Oh, 163 there, 150. You're not really getting up to where we would, well, where I would like to be. 145, right, I think there's no point checking on there. Because I was planning and hoping to go for this. Obviously, it's very bog standard, you know, but it's 230 horsepower. And I don't know whether that could be the one to aim for. But like I say, if we sold ours, got 65, 75, 80, it may be that next episode, let's go to here. Let's find silage, which is not there, but it is here. Silage barely changes. There's a £3 change. So at the beginning of the next episode, we will look to start selling, I think. And if we look to sell that clamp there, maybe. What is... Oops, hello. Right, we might as well. Let's return them before we forget about that and they're getting in the way. Let's open up this silage clamp, which... Is it going to tell us what's in here or not? I would have thought it would have told us somewhere. Don't know. But I may even... Let's just have a quick look. I shouldn't really be doing this, but needs must. Or in the interim, I would rather just know whether this can work or not. I have seen it used in the past, but obviously this is a mod. But I do know this holds a lot more than what our trailer does. So if this does work, then this will be very, very handy. We'll be able to sell a lot of silage in a very quick time. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. We are just going to have to keep getting the bucket so that we can open the clamp further on. But yeah, so I think this is what we'll do at the beginning of the next episode, is get this filled up and start selling silage just to try and get some money in, and then possibly look, if we can, to get that Deutz, because I do believe it will make our life a lot easier. What's this going to do? Let's clip this bit up here. Like so. So there's 12,000 litres. So what will that'll be 10 loads with our bucket. And what is... I didn't look at this, which I should have done. Medium tractors, Deutz Fahr. It's 24 mile an hour though. What's our tractor now? I think it's up here. There it is. Our tractor's 31. So do we go for a slower tractor? What are these ones here? 88 for 177. So that is slightly more power. You've got a super steer there. 84 for 190. So that's cheaper, but you've got 24 mile an hour. That's 24 mile an hour. Oh, that's 31. If we max the engine to 200, we've got 31 miles an hour. We just need £100,000. So that could be the tractor to go for, to be fair. Again, 24, 21, 21, 24. Right, it is decided. This is the Valtra. We're going to go try and buy it in the next episode. And we are going to buy it with silage. Or at least hopefully with all this silage. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video. And I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.